Good evening, everyone. On Monday, we started with the session one user interface of XDesign, how to open XDesign, how to save a file in XDesign, that kind of stuff we, we learned and we did some hands on challenges. I believe you have practiced those challenges. Practice is the key for your success in this case because this CAD modeling tool requires your daily efforts or daily practice sessions through which you will master on this. So today is the second session of the series, which is advanced sketching. So I'm there in the session with you, but today we have two members from my team who will conduct the session. So I will hand off to Rishikesh and Ishwar who are there to conduct this session. And remember, there is uh, a Q&A panel where you can post your queries.
Thank you, Sagar. Hello, students. We will be sharing our screen. We will be starting with Fun with 3D, which is a session 2 for our advanced sketching. I am currently working as user success engineer in Dassault Systems for XDesign SolidWorks. Uh, I have overall 2+ years of experience in CAD designing. As Sagar sir told, uh, practice is the key to success in this case. CAD designing requires practices, and that's why we have organized these sessions. So, our training goal will be to help students for preparing for STFE competition, Seed the Future Entrepreneur, to design using X design and getting master in X design through practical and hands-on learning. For your queries, you can reach out to me with the email ID rishikesh.avhar@3ds.com, which is shown in this slide. Now I will hand over the session to Ishwar. Sir, thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. Myself Ishwa Gade. I work here as a user success engineering specialist for SolidWorks. I have experience of 3 years, 3+ years, specifically in SolidWorks CAD design. I also work for X Design 3D Experience platform, and the training goal for today is to help you master in X Design through practical hands-on, and I also will show you how you can go through after this session also, means how you can practice on yourself self also, and we can practice in session also. My contact details are ishwar.gade@3ds.com, so you can contact me on this if you have any queries related to it. So
Uh,
let's start.
just a minute, Ishwar.
Yeah.
So students and teachers, please note down these contact email IDs. So you can either connect with me, Rishikesh, or Ishwar if you have any queries regarding X design. If you are not able to complete your product, or if you have any queries while working on your product, that time you definitely will need help from X design experts. So do note these email IDs. All right, go ahead, Ishwar.
Yeah, sure. So today we are going to discuss on a quick recap of session one. Already Sagar has explained what we have discussed in session one, and after that, polygon and arcs slots. Then we will see convert entities, then add fillets and chamfers, then mirroring and patterning, sketch relations and status. Then, what are the best practices in sketching you need to follow when you are working on part modeling or in sketching? Then we will see some hands-on challenges. We will design some parts in X design in session, and we discuss how you can increase your efficiency in working on any part or any sketch. And at the last, we will discuss recap and the next. how we can proceed in this journey. Students also can open XDesign if they want to continue like side by side. If they want to practice, I also explain here. They can see in the meeting, and side by side also they can explain like practice with me. So
If you have
first,
two screens, yeah, if
yeah, yeah,
students,
yeah, yeah, surely you need to screen for that. Yeah, let's start with Polygon. Now we have Polygon. Here you can directly insert the number of sides. Like if I take 6, it will create hexagon like that. And then you need to you need like whenever you create sketch, you need to define it like fully define, so that you will not face any issue in future when you are going to use that part, or if you are going to modify that part. So to avoid unnecessary things in future, you need to fully define the sketch. Let's start now. Have seen 6 sides in Polygon. Now we will see again. Now I will draw 8 sides. Yeah. Here for Polygon, you have to define the sides and also the diameter. Now in Polygon, we have two types: inscribe and circumscribe. Now currently we discuss inscribe. Now we will see the circumscribe. Here it is similar to it, but in circumscribe you have to define, like you need to define the outer diameter, and in inscribe like you need to define the inner diameter. Let's try. Now we'll write Polygon. Now I inserted the number of side as a 5. Now I create a pentagon, and it is in circumscribe like that. And once you draw the sketch, you have to define, like giving the dimension. You can fully define the sketch. Likewise. So,
we have provided
I
the
think
vertical dimension, provide the horizontal dimension for the center so that it will get fully defined.
yes, you can define like that. Now next we will see the arc. Okay, one thing we can, let's see if I have defined fully sketch, then how you can use it for the features. Like now I have defined it like for 6 sides, and I have diameter of 150. Now if I want to you may need to design the nuts or something like for part modeling in your models, then you can use this polygon and the extrude feature. As per your requirement, you can keep your height or 20. So you can see that I have created one solid part body. And if you have to define your aim is to part model the nut or something like something which is similar to that, then you can use it, and you can design by using the same. Now we will move to the next feature. Next sketch time. Now we will see the arc. There are three types of arc: 3-point arc, center arc, and tangent arc. Let's see one by one. Firstly, we will see 3-point arc. Here, user need to define 3 points.
Yeah, just a minute, Ishwar.
Yeah,
I would like to ask question to students. Can
okay.
you tell me what is arc? When we hear word arc, how do you define it? What do you feel when you say arc? Please answer in the chat window, the question and A section. A point of circumference. One answer from Vihan. Arc is a part of circle, half circumference. Okay, I see some responses in the chat window. Half circumference, arc is a part of circle. Section of a circle or a part of a circle. That is the almost the correct answer. The small segment, small if circle, if you consider a bangle and if a small we see that the a small portion of the circle we call it as an arc. So there are various ways you can draw arc in XDesign. So you need arcs when you create parts. There may be the part where you require. So your sketch will be consisting of lines, arcs, and polygons. So that time you will require arc command. So Ishwar will teach you how to draw arc in XDesign. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Ishwar.
Yeah. Firstly, we will see a 3-point arc. User need to define the first 2 points. Then, after first 2 points, he can define the third point as per his requirement, like what diameter he wanted. And also, if now I define third point and the arc is created. Now, later I wanted to minimize or adjust the diameter of the arc, then you can define here. And to fully define, you can give dimensions from origin or the other relations. So we can see that relations in the next. Okay. Also, arc is very important when you need to design the parts which are curve, uh, in a way that user, end objective of the product is to hold or something, like you can see the cups or handles. To design such things, you need arc or the cylindrical portions. At that time you need arc, so you can use this sketch arc at the time whenever you wanted to design such parts. Then second one is center arc. Like here, firstly you can define the center and the one point about which the arc will be created. And then you can, what we define earlier, like that you can also define the same by giving the dimensions. In earlier, you need to define the arc by 3 points. In this, you can define from this center point and the one point, and then you can give the dimension as per your requirement. Let's say 100. Yeah. The third type of the arc is tangent arc. let's say I have some circles. If I have one line and wanted to create one arc which is tangent to the circle or any other entities, then you can use this. Oh, just a minute. Like this. You can make it tangent to the any other sketches wherever required. It is mostly used for the complex geometries whenever there are some corners or there are some the shapes which are in a circular type at the ends or something like that. Like if there is a need, just a minute, I will show you. By using like trim or something, you can create complex sketches where the geometry is required some arc or circular shape. Then you can use this sketch, and then after the complete shape, when you create the sketch, then you can fully define by using dimensioning, and then you can proceed for the features like extrude or whatever you require. Okay. This is regarding the different types of arc. Just a minute. Let's. Next one is adding fillets and chamfers. Now, the need of the fillets and chamfer is like when there are edges, or then stress concentration happens at that edges. To reduce stress concentration, we always use fillets and chamfers. Also for ergonomic purposes, these two features use. Also for like
Yeah,
safety concerns, if there are right angle corners, then the finishing, and also like suppose the machining is done at this corner, then burr or something like that, it will remain there, and it will cause uh, like whenever
injuries.
handling it will create injuries. So to avoid such things, we use these two features in
Yeah,
our product. Let's try. First we will see the fillets. Suppose I wanted to give fillets to this edge. By selecting two edges, you can give the fillet, and you can uh, define it by directly entering the radius of the fillet. Like now I will, here it is. Now I have given 50 mm fillet. Similar, you can use at the end. Already it is taking value what I entered, like this. This one is fillet. Now you can see that how the shape is looking. It
just
will.
a minute. Yeah, imagine you have a table. You have seen the table, and all the corners of the table are uh, filleted. They are round in shape. Okay, you have seen this because it will help you to avoid injuries. This is what we have commonly observed. So, how to draw such kind of corners, that is fillet or chamfer command. So, you can see how beautifully Ishwar has created fillets in just fraction of seconds. Thank you. Go ahead, Ishwar.
Yeah. Okay. Now we will see. Do you like you guys have any questions, or
Yeah.
we will see the chamfers. Like,
Yeah. We want it interactive session. Don't be
yes,
just observer or listener. Be an active listener and interactive person. You can post your queries question in Q&A section. We are here to answer your queries. Take this opportunity. This is very crucial phase of your program. The product what you want to build, you need to create its CAD model. Yes. Do we need to define fillets? Yes, we need to define fillets. Like what product in your product, if you need, if you want to avoid sharp edges, that time you will define fillets. It's not that every time you will need fillets. You have to judge whether your product requires fillets or not. Don't worry, Jasprit. You will see how to use this pip command in the next session. Or in the same session, when we will do the cup model or mug model, you will learn it. Okay. Yeah. Just a minute. Nishant, just wait a minute. He will show you how to add chamfers also. Then you can compare how fillets and chamfer works. Same way, just a different command.
works. We will see how chamfer works in solid modeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We do have now we will see mirroring and patterning specifically for sketches. Suppose now I have one part in which I do have some holes. Suppose I have these three holes, and these three holes are similar towards right. Then I can use linear pattern. Yes. Now for linear pattern, firstly you have to select the sketch which you want to pattern. Here we have selected the circles. Mm, we like I want to create holes, so I created circles, and then I need these holes similar in the right side. So I selected these holes, and then I define certain distance. The the distance between two holes, like first first row of the holes and second row of the holes. I define it 48, and the number of instances, like how many I do need. Here I define 3, so I get 3. If then I select, you will get your pattern. By mistakenly I selected this one. Yeah. Then in linear pattern itself, we do have two options. Okay, so we will see another one. The first one was by transform, and the second one is by reference. Here, firstly, you need to select the entities to pattern, like what we discussed earlier. The holes, we need to create holes. So I selected these entities. For direction, I can select the edges, and then the number of instances and the spacing. Now you can see that it is earlier it was on right side. Now it is showing in the left side. Here you can maintain the directions by changing directions of spacing. Like here you do have the option. You can toggle the direction as per your need, and also you can these
Change
instances
the
if
instances.
you can, yeah. In this way you can create a pattern whenever you need similar type of geometry. Okay, now we will see next types of pattern, circular pattern. Okay, here also we do have two options, by transfer and transform and by reference. In transform, like you need to define the angle in which you wanted to pattern. Like we can do it in 360, or also we can do it in a particular angle. And here you do have a different options of like applying equal, or like equal constraint, apply external dimension. You can control it by externally. Also, like you can skip instances if you do have 3 or 4 and you want to skip second number instance, then also you can do that. Okay. Oh, just a minute. Now I want to do the circular pattern. Just a minute. Oh, I selected these two, so it is getting reflected. Just a minute. I will create separate so that you can understand. Pattern. Here you can see that it is, I defined 120-degree, and it is uh, surrounding to the parent circle. It is getting a pattern. in circular manner. Like if I want that. Like here it center, you can define the center, and around that you will get the geometry. We can see it more in part itself when we do the when we do define the holes and other such things. We can see in that more, like you will visualize more in that when we see the 3D part itself. The other is by reference, like same pattern axis. I will define pattern axis here, 360. And if I do 5, here you will get the more clarity how it works. You can directly control number of instances. Suppose I do number of degrees, like if I 250 into 50, like this. Like you do have option of skip instances, like I want to skip that. You can select the instance you wanted to skip by external dimension, like you want to control it through external dimension, you can do that. These two patterns types. Okay. Or do you have any doubts regarding the pattern? Or we should move towards the part modeling itself so that you will get more clarity on that.
Okay, you may have some doubts regarding patterning. Don't worry, we have some challenges, and while completing those challenges, you will clear your doubts. So please hold on for a moment. You just wait for some time, and we will see the challenges. I think in that case, when we complete the challenges, your doubts will get clear. Please hold on.
Yes. Now we will see sketch relations and set status. Let's now I will make one part, create one part and explain. Meanwhile, I will explain the different relations. Like now I created one rectangle and I want it in a certain shape, like uh, in certain dimensions, like length is some mm and the width is particular mm. Then I will do by defining. I will firstly I need to give the dimension so that it will get fully constant. Length is 50. Let's say width is 30. Now, once you fully define the sketch, it will automatically, like it will comes in a dark black mode, so that it will show that your sketch is fully defined. Create one another sketch. I just created one circle. Now there is no only one relation and I wanted to fully define it. So I will give it the dimension 20 diameter. Now I wanted to create some holes. Now here also we can see the pattern, how you can use the pattern. Now it is not fully defined. So I will define 20 and if I wanted to give some another relation like here concentric or something, if I give it concentric, the 20 mm dimension what I have given, it will overridden to that dimension. Already I define that, so it will not give the concentric. If I want to make it concentric to the edge, then firstly I need to delete that, and then I can give it constant like coincidence, and the coin, if I want to define it concentric to the existing circle, um, here it come to the coincidence. Also you can make it concentric to the whole. Let's see this. Now we'll define one. I want to create some holes. I have created one circle, then I will create the pattern what we discussed earlier, specifically the linear pattern. You can give the direction from here, and spacing is 10. Now I want to create in this direction, so I will give the direction, and the spacing I will. Yes, the first. Now I have created these, and now I want to make part from the sketch, so I will go to the features. Like if we have created some relations like concentric and all that, but for the other features what we earlier discussed, we will go to the feature. Now here you can select different contours profiles. I created only one sketch, and from that I will create whole part by using different features from only one part. Okay. Now I wanted to use this sketch earlier, just make it visible. Just a minute. Suppose you have, okay, I just wanted to explain here. You can make use of same sketch to create different geometries. Like if I do and sketch, suppose I have this, and now okay. Now here we will see the chamfer, how you can use it. You can select the edges and like you can define certain angle for the chamfer, 45 or any angle. Mostly people make it 45, and the distance like 4 mm or something. And you can define randomly the edges where you wanted. We do have three types of chamfer: distance and angle. Distance you can define through directly distance 4 4 or 4 5, any. Then symmetry, these we do have these three types of the chamfers you can see here. And then the fillet, we do have three types of fillet: constant, full round, and variable. Like in constant, if I select one edge, it will constant it I will see the constant value, like on both sides. And for full round, it will directly like give full round to the face fully. If I selected this, it will give fully. Then variables, like you want to modify, like at one end you want minimum, at another end you want more. These things you can manage from variable like this. These things will be needed whenever you want to make a part which is compatible at a particular space, or you want to uh, adjust the space at that time also, you can use this. Okay, now I will hand over to Rishikesh. He will explain the part modeling and the different features what we have learned, how you can use it, and how you can uh, maximize your speed while working on the part modeling.
So, hello students. Now our as we see, like while designing, what issues designer face is the challenges, like what all challenges he faces while designing. So while taking the 2D drawing, which Ishwar sir has taught you right now, making it 2D to 3D is the challenge. And that's all we will be solving in this session. How a 2D drawing can we take it to the 3D? So our first challenge is this, to create this part, and I will show you how we can make this with the help of X design. So here we can see this is called as an graphics area. In this we have planes. This is the XY plane, this is the ZX plane, this is the YZ plane which I have selected. So now I'll click on the XY plane. So this plane has got the normal face to me, where I can design a 2D drawing which I will make it to the 3D drawing. So let's start. First I have selected one rectangle from our command manager. The below here we can see this is command manager, and these are the parts of command manager: standard, sketch, subdivision, features, surfaces, everything is a part of command manager. So from command manager I have selected one uh, feature that is called as sketches, and in sketches I have selected center rectangle. So there are four types of rectangle. We could see say rectangle, center rectangle, 3 point center rectangle, 3 point corner rectangle, and parallelogram. So let's start. I have selected this rectangle. Now this is not defined rectangle. So I will define it, which will make it as a fully defined. So let's start defining. I'll give here dimension. Let's select this as 100 mm. So in class 6, 7th, 8th, we learn units like what is millimeter, what is meter, what is kilometer. So in weights also we see uh, pounds, kilograms. So this is a part of education and which helps in our designing modeling. So this is one side I have given as an 100 mm. Now other side I will give it as an 80 mm, which is a millimeter again. Okay. So now this is a 2D drawing. How we can make it to the 3D? Let's start. I have gone to the features command manager. Here there are different features like extrude feature. Then if I hover my mouse here, it will be revolve, then sweep, then loft. So for this purpose, which is shown here in our challenge one, I will make it as an extrude. So there are two types of extrude now, three types. First is the solid extrude, then second is the thin extrude, and third is the surface extrude. So these two we won't be using it right now, but we will be using a solid extrude. I hope students I am clear, audible. Let's make session more interactive. Post your doubts and your queries in the in
Yeah, students, yes, if they are not asking any queries, you will ask questions, Rishikesh. Don't worry. We
definitely.
want this
So
session to be interactive.
yes,
Go
I
ahead.
wanted this session to be more interactive because
Yeah.
3D geometry is a bit complex and we need to study it, and this is what our practice session is doing. So in our chat community, students post your questions. Sagar sir will be answering those all. I will be showing you how to make 2D to 3D. So now here I have selected distance which will make a 2D drawing to a 3D drawing by extrude features. Now I will select it as an 20 mm. So 20 mm I have selected it, right. Now it has gone and like see we have got the 3D object here. Now Ishwar sir has taught you what is a fillet, what is a chamfer, and how it helps in solving problems related to sharp corners. And now I'll be removing the sharp corners of this object. Let's check with the fillet. First I have selected is the constant radius fillet. So this is the first edge I have selected. If you guys have seen in your schools, in school bench edge is sharp. After upgradation, it makes a they provide a fillet which helps students that they will not get any injury there. So this is the bench part we can imagine. So I'll give here radius of 10 mm. Okay. So I have done it fillet for one edge only because we need to use mirror feature which will provide you better understanding about how mirror works here. I am not selecting every feature, every edge because if I would have selected this edge, then we won't be able to use mirror feature. So I won't be selecting. I will be selecting only one edge, and I have selected. So now in features only in command manager, you all can see the mirror feature here. One and this icon also shows how mirror works. So I have selected mirror feature, mirror plane. These all are planes. So I want to take it to the opposite side. What I want to mirror is the fillet one. Now I will select this as a fillet one. So I have selected this feature to mirror which is a fillet one, and it's have got applied here as well, right? Now what if I both of the fillets I want it on the opposite side? So still I will use mirror features only. Selected I have selected YZ plane, then selected geometries to mirror. So I will select mirror 1 which is a feature in the feature manager design manager command, and both the ends it have got applied. Now I have selected the upper surface of the object where we wanted to make circles, holes. First we will make circle, from that we will make hole in 3D. So I have selected this surface. I have now I will give it a circle here. Okay, let's define the circle. Circle is not defined in this case. So I'll give the dimension to the circle. So I wanted to make it 10 mm diameter of the circle. So in class 6, we learn about diameter, radius, then height of parallelogram. So this all are things related to this. We can design it in X design. This is 10 mm. Now I will also define it in one more way. I will select this edge of this object and the center of the circle through which I have got the dimension. What would be the circle center and the edge of the object? What dimension, what I wanted, dimension or gap we can say. So it's 10 mm from this side and it's 10 mm from this side. Okay. So now I wanted it in hole here. So again, I have switched back to the features and I have expanded the extrude section of the feature where I could see the extrude cut option. I have selected this extrude cut and now it will get apply here. So there are conditions like if I want a partial hole, not complete hole in the object, what I would do? I would reduce the distance between which is shown in distance command. It's 10 mm and now I could get the 10 mm hole. If I would make it 20 mm. And direction we can check it through all these, all our options are available to us. Okay, so here it would be a solid hole with a cut extrude. Yes. Now again we will use mirror command. I will select this mirror plane, which is a ZX plane. Now I will select this hole. It will get apply. Yes. Then again I will select mirror, this plane, mirror 3, and this whole 2 will get applied. Wrong mirror plane I have chosen. Let's it be a YZ plane and mirror 3 as a feature and it will get applied. Right? So how much portion we have covered? We have covered about right now 20% of the geometry, 20 to 40% we could say. Now again I will select the surface sketch. Then now I wanted to draw a circle. So I have drawn circle here. Let's define the circle by selecting smart dimensions. It's 55 mm. Now here we could see now cut extrude option is there but not in full extrude. So again I will click on this arrow. I will select extrude. Now we have got the extrude option here. But I have given dimension 40 mm. But here we can see this is a thin. It's not a complete solid extrude. It's a thin extrude. So I would select here thin and I will give it a thickness as, let's consider this as an 8 mm. So 8 mm thickness I have given and it have become a hollow now from inside. So this way our geometry challenge 1 is completed. So I have selected these planes and I have hide these planes. Now you are not able to see the planes, but still you can see here edges, these edges. So how we can remove this from here? Select view. In view modes, if we have gone here in command manager view, in view modes we have selected this which view mode is needed. So I have clicked on shaded one with no edges, basic for design, or with some material basic for design. This all we can see. Now how it is looking? It's looking as a proper product design in X design. So this is how we will work with these geometries and in 3D. Now what's our next challenge? So next challenge is this object which we will make in X design. So let's start. Again, I'll select all the planes here. Show plane me, show plane, show planes. So let's start designing from XY plane. Let's select a center rectangle again. Let's give it dimension 150 mm. Let it be 100 mm. Sketch has got fully defined now. Okay. First, let's give fillet to this geometry. So I have given here a fillet. Now let's extrude this. We want a very small extrude because here we can see it's a very small lift up from 2D to 3D. So we will give it very small extrude. Let's consider this as in 10 mm. Okay, I have given this extrude 10 mm. Again, I will switch back to view mode. I want the edges to be present. Yes. Sketch on the top plane of the surface. Then what we can see, there is again small rectangle there. So I'll make it a square or a rectangle first. Give equal dimension on both the sides. 40. Let it be a 40. So now I'll be cut extruding this, and let's see, it has got cut extruded. Then again a fillet feature for these edges, selecting this edge. Now I will be selecting everything because we have already seen a mirror feature. So it's not needed here. And let it be a 5 mm. Yes. So right now we have covered almost 70% of our CAD, which is a 3D CAD. Now this all more features we need to add, and I'll add it. So again, I have selected this top surface of the body, then creating a sketch from here. Not this rectangle we needed rectangle to rectangle. Then I have created a tangent arc which was shown by Ishwar sir, how to use the arc. So here arc is beneficial. Now I'll trim this. Okay. So the modeling has been done. Now I'll cut extrude this. This contour I have selected and it has got cut extrude. Now I wanted it on the other side, this side. So I'll again mirror it. Planes to mirror. I have selected YZ plane, then cut extrude. Okay, mirror here will not work. We again need to create this. Let's select this again. Yes, we have like we have performed cut extrude operation. Now what about color? The image shown in the PPT is already a colored image, right? So how we can color it? So let's go to tools. In tools section, we would find appearances or color. So I have selected this color option. I have selected sets, pick up a set. So when I will pick up a set, whole of the complete body will be selected, and when I will select faces, only a face of a body would be selected. So we want it on a complete body, so I would select it as a faces. On I will click on the color, current color. I would select the color, like what is the color combination matches with that. Let's go to orange. Let's see what is the color type. Yes. So we have selected the color, given the color, and our object is ready. Now, again, there is one more challenge. Here we would be using mirror feature, we would be using patterns. And for this feature, I will be demonstrating it in XDesign. Again, I will ask to to see the planes. Okay, so we will take a center rectangle. From center rectangle, I will again give it to the dimension, the basic procedure we follow for a 2D drawing. It should be a 200 mm. It should be a 200 mm. Then again extrude it. Yes. I will again select this face, sketch on this face. I will again select small rectangle, which should be like this. Okay, and I'll again select here another rectangle, which is shown here. Here. So we will take it as a slot only. Let it be a slot. I selected this slot, right? So let's give dimension to both 25 mm and radius let it be 12.5 mm. Okay. And now we will do cut extrude. Cut extrude, right? But here in challenge, we could see a blue dashed line, which is named as an axis one. So it would be needed us for an circular pattern. So let's start with making that line. I'll select any of the plane. Let us select YZ plane. Again, sketch line. I have selected this line. I'll use it for construction purpose, which will help us for the pattern. Now I have again switched back to features, then select circular pattern, features to pattern. This uh, I think So here we would select this sketch only this contour. So this will help us to get extrude, and again sketch one edit. We will select.
See how here we are creating two separate features using single sketch.
Yes. So this
Yeah.
will help us with the excess work that is shown in the image. Again sketch here. Okay, yes. So now we will do, I have gone to the features, then circular pattern. So features to pattern, I have selected this slot one feature, and pattern to access. And we have got this desired object which we wanted as demonstrated in image. So again, going to tools, colors. Now I don't want to pick a face. I want to pick up the whole body. So I have selected this sets current color, which is a light blue. I have selected this, and yes, our object is ready. Now next challenge is to make a mug, which is which we use for having a tea, coffee. So let's design a mug. Okay. So I have selected this plane, then again sketch on the plane. Now mug is a circular in shape. So I have created one circle, giving it a 150 mm dia. Features, extrude it. Now we want it in opposite direction to be extruded, right? So let us give it as an 100 mm. So our mug is hollow. So I will select a thin feature, then give it a thin thickness of 8 mm, right? Yes. So upper portion of the mug is ready. Now the below portion we need to make. Then I will again select this part, which I will make it normal to. And here convert entities will work. How to convert the entities of a sketch. So again I have selected convert entities. I'll select on this sketch again. Yes, now entities have got selected. So let's start again. Make it a extrude. And our mug base is only 4 mm. So let's make it a 4 mm or a 5 mm base. Now base is never a sharp. So we will make it chamfer. I'll use chamfer command. Chamfer. Let's select this edge as a select entities to chamfer 5 mm chamfer, which will be symmetric from both the sides. Selected, done. So our mug base is done, top is done. But what about handle? So now we will be designing how to design a handle of a mug, right? I have selected this. I have used arc like 3-point arc. Yes. arc. Now, definitely when we hold a mug, the handle has its own thickness. So now we have to provide the thickness to the handle, and we will be providing it by making a reference plane. Let's make a reference plane now. Just here I could make a reference plane. First reference I have selected this. Second I have selected this. So students, you can see at the tip of the arc we have got one plane. First I have selected YZ plane. Then I have selected the tip of the arc, which is a point, and we are able to make a plane. Now on that plane I will sketch a circle which will provide a thickness to the mug handle. Let us select a point first here. Yes, I have selected the point. Let's provide a diameter to the mug handle, 10 mm. Okay. Then I'll again switch back to the features and I'll select his sweep feature, which helps in such situations of 3D modeling. And there are two options which we could see now. First is the path and second is the profile. So we want a profile to follow the path and get us a 3D design or a whatever desired result we wanted. So first I have selected path, the sketch of the handle, then I have selected the profile, the circle. Now here we can see the preview in which the profile has followed a path and given us a mug handle. Yes. So this is the handle. So again, while designing, we take care of small things. Will someone drink a cup, tea or a coffee from a mug with sharp edges? No. Definitely, we will provide here some fillet which will help them in taking a sip of this tea or coffee. So again, I will make it little bit colorful, which will make it look more fancy by hiding all planes. And here I will show you how faces will work here. Tools, colors. So faces. So I have selected the outer face color. I wanted it to be a brown. So it's a brown color. Yes. Then I would have selected the inner portion. Again, color, yellow color. Yes. Now handle, I wanted it in green color. I have selected handle. Then again, color itself has applied a small floating dialog box here in which we can select the color which we wanted. Color, mug handle color should be green. Okay. Base I wanted with a blue color. Again, switch back, color, light blue color, apply. So this is how we can make our colorful mug in X design. Yes. Now our last challenge is with camera. Now we need to make a camera. I will delete the sketch again and let's start it from zero. I have selected XZ plane, sketch, select a center rectangle. Let it be 200 mm. Let this be 80 mm. Then we will again extrude it while going in features, then extrude. I wanted to extrude it as a solid body and wanted to give it an height of 400 mm. It will become too big. Let's give it a 200 mm then. Still it looks a big only, so we will give 150 mm, big 100 mm. Okay. So in front of camera we could see that there is a portion for lens, to place lens. So we will design a lens now. For lens I have given dimension of 80 mm. Features extrude 10 mm. Okay. So now lens is ready. Now we need to design camera buttons. So I will be designing here two buttons on this top surface. Let it be a rectangle and other let it be a circle. Again giving dimension to this 20, 20, 20. Okay, this is how we have designed the buttons. So similar way we can design this above section. Okay, and your camera would be ready. So I will hand over this session to Sagar sir now. Sagar sir will guide us further. What would be our next session? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Rishikesh and Ishwar, for the wonderful session. And you covered some advanced sketching, and you also demonstrated how you can, the various challenges, how you can draw. Students, some of you might have, because of internet connectivity or maybe due to some other reasons, you miss some part. I have seen some comments like I was not able to understand how a circle is drawn on a particular plane or how that command is activated or how the particular sketch is edited. There may be, I have seen your queries. My dear friends, you need to follow the recording of the sessions one on one. You take on weekend, we have two sessions, so on this weekend go through the recording of the session and try to follow the steps and create your own part. You will get more inside of this. You are just looking at the session and trying to grab these things. We have provided some challenges. You try to create similar challenges in X design. Not only that, we are also posting some challenges on the community as well. So try to complete those challenges as well, and make sure that once you complete those challenges, you will level up. Every time you complete a particular challenge, you will find that you have improved in designing. So what is the use of this? You have to utilize this knowledge to create your dream product. I think most of the schools have finalized their theme and they have started working on their product. If you have any queries regarding that, regarding accessing the content or regarding accessing the platform, regarding accessing the X design, you can, I have already mentioned, you can drop email to Kundalik or you can drop email to me regarding X design queries or any related while accessing the platform. But please make sure one email per school. We don't want to, I don't want that the inbox is flooded with the n number of emails. One email per school, that's okay, I think. All right, this recording of this session also will be available on community, and we will also share the recording on WhatsApp group also. there is a WhatsApp group created for all the teachers. So we will share the recording sessions of this session, today's session, and the session conducted on Monday, and all the other sessions on WhatsApp group, so that students can refer that, and they can uh, they can refer it on mobile itself. But make sure that you all have access to 3D experience platform. In this week I have seen some of the teachers connected with me and asked for they connected with Kundalik and they resolve their queries. So other schools or students who are having problem, please connect with Kundalik. I have already mentioned in the chat window the email ID. Please take a note of it. All right. So see you on Monday, same time, where we will conduct the third session that is regarding part modeling. I would like to thank Ishwar and Rishikesh for conducting such an amazing session. And we will be there not only through the session. We are there even after the sessions are over. You can
Yes,
always connect back with through email IDs. You can always contact with us and resolve your queries. We are
sure,
here to help
students.
you on X design. All
Yes.
right.
Students, you
Okay.
can reach out to us via our email IDs, which are already given. Then you can mail us your queries, and we will definitely help you with how more efficiently we can design in X design and make a better product for STFA.
All right.
Thank you, Sagar sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Rishikesh. Thank you, Ishwar, and thank you everyone to attending the session. All right. Have a great day ahead. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.